So much so that just doing this process often is all you have to do. This is the studying, making the stuff. You don't do all of this so that you can then study. What I found for so many students is when they're studying, they'll grab a study guide and they'll read the question, they'll read the answer, they'll read the question, they'll read the answer, they'll read the question, they'll read the answer. They're not processing anything. They're not thinking about anything. They're not even testing themselves with flashcards. They're literally just reading something and it's not going through. This is the study, doing the highlighting, choosing what to highlight. Your brain has had to decide, this is important, I'm gonna highlight that. Pulling stuff out into the main idea column, making your flashcards. These things are the studying. Rewriting your notes, again, will help you repeat it again, but also to organize it in a better way. And finally, and this is probably the most important part about this crazy step here, is that this is when it's going to really leap out at you that you don't get something. When you are doing this metacognition as you are rewriting your notes, when you are organizing your notes again to make them in the best organization that you can, and you realize, I don't know if this goes with this main idea, or was this a completely different idea, because I really don't get this idea at all. I don't really understand what it even means. Boom, now you need to be shooting that email or making a note to talk to your teacher and get that cleared up. So this is a great time that kind of forces metacognition on you. You can't be a mindless photocopier and just copy it down exactly the way you had it. You are trying to make it better. You are trying to see how it should be organized. You're putting meaning into what you're doing, and that's where the learning comes from. So again, with the same idea that I keep hammering away over and over and over again, is you have to be thinking about what you're doing all the time. I've got signs up around my room that say #productive-struggle. If you are not working, thinking, and trying hard, you're not learning. So this is the working hard, this is the thinking hard, this is the trying hard. This is productive struggle. It's not easy, but easy doesn't give you anything. You don't learn from easy. Just like we said the other day in the lecture, great athletes have said that they've learned absolutely nothing from tournaments or games that they've won. You learn from adversity. You learn from things being hard. This is that productive struggle where the learning actually comes from. All right, the last one. Yeah, this is the craziest idea. This is the most important idea. This is summarizing. Now, it's really, really important, but don't say, oh, well, then I can probably skip these and just do this because Mr. Scott said this is the most important one. You can't do this well if you don't do these other things. So you have to do all the steps, but this is a really important step because this is the brain bringing it all together and saying, here it is, this is what it is. So what summarizing is boiling down the whole idea of a lesson that we're doing into 2 or 3 sentences. It's got to be short. Another way I like to teach it is to picture yourself, you're in line at Chick-fil-A or you're in line at Panera or someplace like that. There is a couple of people in line ahead of you. So it's not your time yet, but you know you're just about to have to step up and order. You're standing there with some significant other person in your life, your mom, your dad, a boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever the case may be. And you've already decided what you're going to eat, you're waiting to order, and your significant person turns to you and says, so what'd you learn in Mr. Scott's class today? You've got 30 seconds to explain what you learned in class today before it's your time to go order. So you've got to have it tight, it's got to be compact, concise, just get right to the point. But it's mom, right? And so you can't just say, nothing. She knows better. You didn't learn nothing in school today. All right, so you lay it out there. You explain what it is that you learned in class today, and you keep it tight, 30 seconds, and then you can step up and order. This is also called an elevator speech. If you lived in the big cities or if you were in a business environment instead of still being in school, your elevator speech is the idea that you're on the elevator, you're going up to an office somewhere in a big building, and the elevator stops and the big boss steps on the elevator and he's going to ride up with you a couple of floors. You've got a couple of seconds, literally like 30 seconds, to make your spiel to the big boss and say, this is why I'm your guy or I'm your girl that you need to put in that job opening that's coming up. I need that promotion and here's why I'm the person for that job. So it's called your elevator speech, and it's the same thing. This is your summary. Concise, tight explanation of why you deserve that promotion. I'm asking you to do the tight, concise summary of what it is about that lesson that you really need to know, that everybody has to understand about whatever the topic is that we happen to be studying. So this is how to do well in any class. Like I said, I've done it myself over and over and over for years. It works. The more you do it, the easier it is. So you can just cruise through classes doing really, really well just by doing this. It gets easier and easier the more you practice it, and the learning gets deeper and deeper. So thanks for hanging out.